So, right, on that groaner, are you ready for your next act? Okay, start the clapping. And bring it up, and give it up for Richard Adamson.
Evening, everyone. I just get my notes handy, just in case I forget. There we go. Here we go. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Okay, so I just feel like I should put a bit of a disclaimer out here because there's not going to be many jokes in my set. So much so with jokes, I can still remember the last time that I got up and told a joke. A few years ago now, and I was top infant school. So I was 10 years of age. And because it was the last joke, actually, when it came to this course, I can still recall it. I can't remember what I did earlier this morning or what I had for my tea, but I can remember what I was trying to tell. And I was a very keen on being a good student at that age. I'm the son of a schoolmaster, school teacher, and I think in that year I was a school prefect. I think it was my job during playtime that when the whistle went to stop the play, it was my job to keep order in the playground. So if anyone ran to the line, it was my job to say, "Get back and walk." You would have hated me. I would have hated me, but you know. But I took it very seriously, and in the top juniors, there was a lot of pressure to set a good example for the rest of the school. And one of the things was we're looking for top juniors to show their skills to the rest of the school. And again, taking it very seriously, I can still remember the week before, Philip Norris played the trumpet. That was good. So there was a spot the following week. So I wanted to fill that spot, but I didn't have an idea what I wanted to do necessarily. So I took it back home. And I've got a younger brother who was a bit of a sounding board and a bit of a foil for me. And we were very keen on the weekly comic. It'd be, Victor, anybody? And there was a favourite one that was around at that time called The Crazy. It didn't last long, The Crazy, but that was our. There was a character called Pongo Snodgrass. Constantly had snot hanging from his nose. So this is. But do you remember that all the comics, particularly they always had the jokes page. So they'd have people sending in jokes, and they'd be like sort of Philip, aged 9, from I don't know, Stoke-on-Trent, or Port Vale. Places seemed exotic, So I think I got it into my head that I'd try and tell a joke. The joke that I remember, I don't know where that came, because it couldn't have been from the joke page. It was too long and complicated and terrible. So we told the joke anyway. So this joke came to mind again when I signed up to do the comedy course with Henry. So I'm a fan of comedy, and I've been watching comedy. I particularly like comedies with sort of slow burners, like Hapless Men, Dad's Army, Laurel and Hardy, things I could relate to. And so I signed up for the course, and it was at this point that I realised I don't tell jokes. It's not what I do. What am I doing here? So fortunately, the lovely group that the guys are, I was able to say this to them and get reassured. It's not all about the jokes and the pressure of the timing, so that kind of kept me coming the second week. And I was telling a few other people. So we go to the wellbeing centres, and there's a number of groups, a couple of ukulele players. I've signed up for this course. No one's mentioned the ukulele playing, but we're not a joke exactly, but we're not far off. So I mentioned I was doing the joke, and people are suggesting jokes. Oh, I've got a joke for you, Rich. And I was like, so much so. I loved tips. There was one that I've been directed to one of the ChatGPT. Apparently, you can go on there to tell me a joke about anything under the sun. A neurotic person who's got one leg and is losing his hair, and they'll print off a running gag line for you, just for any future comics out there. We've got writer's block. So people have been very supportive. So I was encouraged to keep coming, and by the end, I mentioned about this joke. So I thought I'd try and reprise it. This is the joke that fell on the floor when I came in. Hold on. Okay, I need my glasses for this. Oh no, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you one of the jokes. This is one of the new jokes. So this is one of the jokes I thought was quite funny. So I'm a member of a syndicate for racing snails. I was asked to look after one of the snails recently. I thought I'd take off the shell to make it go faster. If anything, it looked more sluggish. Hey. So this is the Langrous one that's been revamped for me. So there is a 10-year-old boy in it, but this time he's my son. And I've given him a name. It's Adam. And Adam comes to see me, and he's in tears. And I say, what's up, Adam? So he says, Dad, I've just found Hammy the hamster. He's dead. I said, Adam, where is he? So he takes me into the garage, and right by the car, the tyre which I'd just backed into, the car into the garage the night before, is this squashed little hamster. So I don't know what to do. So I try and make amends. I don't admit it, but I try and make amends. And I say, look, we'll give Hammy a send-off. So between the two of us, we sent out invitations for the funeral the next day. So we got an RSVP from his older brother, who's Ryan. His mum said she'd come. And his grandma and granddad. So we choose a little spot in the garden, and by this time, little Hammy can fit into one of those large matchboxes. There wasn't much left of him. And we're all invited to say something about how much Hammy meant to us. So Adam can't say anything, but he's drawn a little picture of him with Hammy, and he slid it into the little coffin. And his brother does good. Doesn't mention about how he used to get much fun by leaving him in the bath, so he couldn't get out and wander around. It didn't get mentioned. He said it was lovely. Everyone said something really touching. And all went well, and we went inside and had some crisps and chocolate for our tea time snack. So it's the next again, spring, and Adam comes and finds me again. He goes, Dad, come out and see what's going. So he takes me out into the garden again. It's where Hammy was buried. It's flowers everywhere, plants that I don't remember them from the previous year. And I'm speechless. And put my hand on Adam's shoulder. And I'm getting a bit emotional. And he's on his knees by this point. So we're down like this. And I'm saying, I can't explain it, son. Looking up at me. And then suddenly, I get two hands on my shoulder. I'm going, what's going on? And I'll turn round, and it's my dad, his granddad. And he's saying, it can only mean one thing, Rich. It's spring again, let's sing again, tulips from Amsterdam. I'll get me coat. Okay, thank you for listening.
That was well worth the payoff, definitely. Is your son actually called Adam? Have you got a son called Adam? Yeah. No. No, it's just I just thought calling your child Adam Adamson was bordering on child abuse, so I just wanted to check that.